So Web Manager uses an in-page editing style. It displays the entire site inside of the editing screen, and this means that you'll know exactly how your new or edited content will look when you publish the site, making it easier than ever to manage and publish website content. So you can see on my screen, the Smith Jones demo site I shared earlier is now inside the editor window with the editing toolbars up the top and down the left. And to make a change to the website, I just simply locate the item that I want to edit. And you can see the blue outline move around as I move my cursor, which indicates the individual components that I can edit. And then you just click on an item to see your editing options for that element. So each element uses a widget for different types of content. So this one is the text widget, which is overlaying the video background. And when I click on it, I get the editing toolbar above here for making small changes. And I can just make my text change here and click the green tick to save any changes that I make. Then there's more complex widgets for content layouts like this one here. So this one is called the icon text link widget. And you can again just click on this to get the editing tools. You can see each one of these items relates to one of the items across the page, and each one has an icon, a text heading, and a link. And again, just like before, you can make a small change and you can see that appearing in the background there. And you can also easily rearrange items and see those swapping over there too. Okay, so now let's say that we want to add a completely new page. You can click on new page here and choose the type of page you want to create. But in some cases, it's easiest to duplicate an existing page. So like this blank one here, you can see that it's just a nice simple page with some empty spaces. So I'm going to duplicate this page and name it to reflect the content page I'm going to create. Oops. Okay, so now I've got this nice empty page. It's got a text widget as a placeholder, so I can either replace the text in this widget or delete the widget and bring some new widgets in. In this case, I want to add an image to my page, so I'm actually going to add another column. And then I'm going to bring in some text that I prepared earlier. And a image widget. So putting the widget on the page first then gives me the options to add and find images. It will first show me images that I've already got in the site, and then I can choose to filter by free images. So this is a library of free images that's available in every Web Manager site for you to select from. I'll just put in something generic here like Sydney, and then find an image to suit. So you can see that at the moment, the page isn't looking very balanced. The image is a bit too tall. I can click in and edit and crop this image, but I can also just resize it really easily by grabbing the corner and then adjusting my column to suit the content that I put in. So the advantage of adding a page like this that it not only may be of interest to prospective or existing clients to understand the background and experience of your firm, but it also adds several keywords and phrases into the content of your site. Then we can use things like heading tags. So this one here uses an H1 tag. These are an indicator to Google and to users of what they should expect to find on the page or what the topic of the page is about. And then I also suggest that where suitable, you include links within the content. So for example, here, we've got a few services mentioned, so you might want to consider linking those to a relevant page. And then of course, making sure that you have some sort of contact information or call to action. So here we've already got some text that says, contact us to discuss how we support you. We could either make that into a link to the contact page as well, or we could remove it and bring in a button widget. And then we can control the text of the button widget. We can make it whatever we want. It's probably a bit long, so we might change it to find out how we can support you, and then just alter that button width to make it look a bit tidier. So you can have a play with different words and different sizings, for example, and then of course linking it to an applicable page. So this is all saved. It's been saving as I go, but it won't be live on my website until I hit the republish button up the top. You can see that it's added this to the main menu for me automatically, but it's not really where I want it. So to fix that, you can just go in and grab it and drag and drop to where you want it to be. So now that we've got the page set up, it's got the content and the image in it, it's also important to think about search engine optimization. So there's various settings that you can control under the page properties, which you can get to by either clicking page URL or SEO. They'll take you to the same place essentially. And we can see here that it's already given my page a URL that's reflective of what I named the page, so that's great. And then also on this page, we've got access to the meta information that we've talked about already. So page titles and search descriptions. Having descriptive but concise page titles and description for each page in your site will make a difference to your SEO efforts. So spending a couple of minutes now is well worth it. And again, I just have some text that I prepared earlier here. And you can see that I get the green tick confirming that I've saved each of those. Sorry. There we go. And that the number of characters that I've used fits within the recommended length. So you want this content to be reflective of the page content, but without repeating it directly.